Okay, this one might be a little unexpected because it's October 19th, but I am painting a snowy tree today because I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it. And I am just coming in with Payne's Gray, and I'm going to be very loosely painting in some branches. And obviously, we're doing a little bit of a pine tree, and just going to be painting in little groups of branches. Obviously, each one is going to be a little bit longer than the other one. And you can see I just kind of did a straight line there. That's just for guiding. That can just be a nice little guide. I don't personally want the line to show, so that's why I just draw it in, and then you can just dab that color out so it's not showing. Again, obviously this is very loose. You can make it as detailed as you'd like. If you want to do the individual, little pine needles and make it super detailed, you can do that. But for this, we're going to do a few layers here. So this is just going to be our first layer. I'm only using two colors throughout this whole painting. The first layer is entirely Payne's Gray. And I know, I've heard at least a couple artists say they don't love Payne's Gray, and I suppose it depends on the brand of paints you're using because they can vary, but I've never met a Payne's Gray I didn't like. I am using Paul Rubens paints today, by the way. And now that is completely dry. I'm coming in with just a wet brush and I'm dabbing above the branches and then slightly touching that dry Payne's Gray to pull some of the color. And I brought my paper towel over here just so you can see what I'm doing because I got a little bit too much water for my liking. So I'm just dabbing it on the paper towel to dry my brush a little bit and then lifting that water and or color out of there. Put a little bit more water on to do the next side here, the other side of this branch, and same thing. I got a little bit too much water and color, so I'm just dabbing on my paper towel, lifting some of that water and color out of there. And I don't know if you can see it yet, but I'm starting to see snow on the branches. And it's just, I love this technique because to me, it's just one of the easiest ways to just show snow on the branches. You could use a gouache if you have it. I don't have gouache, but you could use a white gouache or Dr. Martin's Bleed Proof White, which I do have. Forgot I had it, but I'm using it at the end. So towards the end of this, you're going to think I'm done because I'm putting the date on there, but stick around because I'm adding some bleed proof white. But anyway, I love just using water, as you're seeing here, to add some snow to our branches. And this is just the second step. We're going to add a couple more here. This one was bleeding a little bit too much, so I just, again, dabbed my brush to dry it off a little bit and just lifting some of that water and color out of there. I like the effect. I like the Payne's Gray, just because snow kind of has a blue tint to it. And so the Payne's Gray, I don't know. I just like the color that it gives when we're adding just water to it. It's just very subtle, and I think you'll really like it as well. If you don't have Payne's Gray, you can just mix whatever colors you want. You can do green, that's okay. You can do a pink tree. We don't have a lot of rules here. All right. And now we're going to come in, that's completely dry. And this is where I'm adding our second color, which I just added some black to our Payne's Gray to have a darker color here that I'm using for kind of the shadows that are in the, the branches that are in the shadows is what I meant to say. And just filling in some of that space. And it's obviously great to leave some white showing through because that's just the light showing through the branches, and that's okay. But I'm filling in some of the spots here. I'm speeding it up because really I'm just dabbing. It's just a lot of filling things in until you like how it looks. And I do make some adjustments here. You'll see in a little bit. That's completely dry. And I don't like how the snow is coming off on that one. So I'm going to take my Payne's Gray and just add some branches or little, twiggy branches until I like how that looks. You can just kind of work with this. You can see I'm just kind of stepping back and I'm like, oh, I don't like the top of this tree now either. So I'm just going to come in here and add a little bit of volume up here as well because I didn't like, there was just kind of one little thing sticking up. So I wanted to just add a little bit. And it doesn't have to be symmetrical. You can make it symmetrical if you want, but you don't see very many perfectly symmetrical trees. So have some freedom here and just kind of enjoy the process. Now that's all dry. I've come in at the bottom here with just straight Payne's gray again with no black, and that will make sense here in a minute because while that is still wet, the Payne's gray, at the very bottom, I'm coming in with just water on my brush. You can see I'm just going beneath the tree and then I'm going to touch up into the Payne's gray and let some of that color come down into my water and just kind of indicating that this tree is on a nice snowy hill. And doesn't that look so pretty? I want to be there. I want to be in this little snowy field with a beautiful snow-covered tree. Anybody else? Am I alone? It's okay. I like to be alone. But if you want to join me, that's fine too. So you can just kind of play with that. I'm just moving the color around a little bit and I'm just doing it until I like that. And under here, I just decided I needed to fill things in a little bit. It was looking a little bit like it was floating a little bit too much. So I'm loving it. I'm loving the idea of snow coming. Yeah, isn't that pretty? And then I wanted the tree branches to look like they were weighted down with snow, as they are, because that's just more realistic. Not that we're going for realism, as usual, but yeah, weighted down branches. I thought that looked nice, given our tree. It's just, I love snow to me is just so peaceful. It's a nice, peaceful, snowy scene. I decided I want to put some snow up here on that top part as well. Just kind of looking a little bit lonely, so it's going to come in here and add a little bit of snow. It's very subtle, but you can see it. Yeah, you can see it in real life. All right, this is where I'm adding the date, but I'm not done yet because I wanted it to still be snowing in this little scene, not completed. So what I'm going to do next is I am going to bring in my, what did I call it? Dr. Martin's Bleed Proof White. And I've never used it before, like literally never used it. I ordered it maybe last week, or maybe it came in last week. Anyway, and I put some on my brush and I'm just kind of playing around with how much of that and how much water I need and just tapping it on here and not knowing what I'm doing. And obviously this would be a lot more noticeable if I had painted my background, but this is my sketchbook and all that matters is that I know it's snowing. It is snowing in my little world here. And I know you can see it too now that when I zoom in there. And I'll bring it up a little bit closer too so you can see. Oh, isn't that just so fun? Oh, I love it. Beginning to look a lot like Christmas, isn't it? Okay. I hope you have fun with this. If you try it, and if you wait till after Thanksgiving or whatever you need to do, you do that. But enjoy whenever you try this and take care.